Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Eamon Khan here with the WBO Super-featherweight champion Emanuel Navarette, joined by the power of the internet. Emanuel, how you doing, sir?
¿Cómo estás, Emanuel?
Muy bien, muchas gracias.
I'm very good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the interview, and we hope that everything's well. Thank you.
Everything is well indeed. Just before we get into the fight action, I just wanted to talk to you about yourself as a fighter. You're a fighter who is all action from the get-go. You're someone who looks to excite people. You're someone who looks to excite the fans, leave them happy regardless of the result. Why is that? Why do you have that in your heart to fight like the way you fight? And do you think more fighters should fight the way you fight too?
Pues la verdad es que lo de mi estilo no sé
Well,
cómo
with my style, I don't know how to
realmente es
describe
algo
it, but
medio
it's
raro,
weird. It's
inusual.
unusual. And I think each fighter
Cada
has his
quien
style,
como
his
peleador hace su
rhythm, his
estilo.
power. They have
Cada quien
strengths
tiene
and weaknesses.
pegada,
And that's not something
cada
that you
quien
can really
tiene
manipulate. However,
deficiencias
personally, my style is
y
difficult.
buenas
It's
cosas
complicated. It's
para
not
cada
pretty
uno
or flashy,
de,
but it's good and it's
de, de,
worked well for
de, de
me. And
ellos como
instead of trying
peleadores.
to
Es algo que no se puede
fix it or
manipular
modify
tanto.
it, I've tried to
Sin
strengthen it.
embargo, pues en lo personal puedo decir que mi estilo es complicado, difícil, no tan vistoso, no tan bonito por decir algo, pero me siento bien porque me ha funcionado bastante, ¿no? Me ha funcionado y eso es algo que en vez de corregir algo o más bien en vez de modificar algo en mi estilo, trato de fortalecerlo.
Well,
Now, in terms of the fight coming up 16th of November against Robson Conceicao, can I get your scout report on him? As a fighter, what do you think are his weaknesses? What do you think his strengths are? What do you think are the things that you'll be capitalizing upon when you face him in the ring?
Pues sabemos que Robson tiene un estilo bastante
Well, we know with Robson, he has a
como
very difficult
difícil,
style. It's a
complicado
complicated style.
para muchos
Many
peleadores. Es un
fighters
estilo
will struggle
olímpico,
with that
hablamos
style. It's an
mucho de eso
Olympic style, and I've talked about that
en todo
before.
ese tiempo antes de la
And
pelea.
that's
Creo
perhaps the
que ese es
principal opponent that
ese
I
es el
have,
rival
his
principal a
style.
vencer, el
And so
estilo
we're going to work on my
de
legs so that I
Robson,
can
pero
really
pues
pressure
vamos a
him
trabajar
and try to
mucho
incite him
sobre
to
piernas
exchange with
para
me.
estar presionándolo y pues invitarlo constantemente a que peleemos.
Have you ever fought anything like that before in your career or in sparring?
En mi carrera, sí, cuando gané el título mundial 126 fue contra Villa, que era un muchacho con estilo olímpico,
Yes,
bien
when I won a
complicado
world
también, me
title
costó
at
mucho.
126 pounds, it
Afortunadamente
was
le pude
against
ganar,
Ruben
pero
Villa,
puedo
and he has
decir
a
que fue una de las
very
peleas
Olympic style,
más
very
complicadas
complicated.
en mi carrera.
Fortunately, I
Y
was
de
able to beat
sparring
him,
sí llevo mucho
but it
tiempo
was one of the
ya
hardest fights of
tratando de
my
integrar
career.
sparrings
And in
con ese
sparring, I have
nivel,
been
con
trying to get sparring partners
ese,
with that style.
principalmente el
It has
estilo,
helped really well, and I've
y pues me ha
acquired a few
funcionado bien.
things
Creo
that
que
I'll be able to
he
use
adquirido
in the
algunas
ring.
cosas que me pueden ayudar para pelearle a esos oponentes.
The ring.
At the highest level, Robson Conceicao has been defeated. He hasn't yet been knocked out or stopped, which is, I wonder, something of a target for yourself. Is that a goal that you have in mind, not only to beat him, but also be the first person to stop him, to put that marker down, to say, I did this?
Sí, la verdad es que no es por nada, pero solo no tiene que ver
Yes,
con
but
su
it's not
trabajo
just
aquí. Yo
because it's
trato de
Conceicao. I try
buscar
to look
siempre
for the
un knockout
knockout in all fights. I try to do
en
that
mis
every
peleas,
time I get in the
siempre
ring, and
voy
this
tras
won't be the
eso.
exception. I
No
always
es
focus on
no
that.
es
I
una,
always want the knockout, and
no va
I'll
a ser
come after the knockout.
algo
That's what I'm
diferente
going to do here. I'm
con
going to make him
Conceição.
fight. I'm going to
Estoy
try to
mentalizado
knock
en
him out
esto.
because
Quiero
I always try to
noquearlo,
look for
quiero
the
salir tras
knockout.
él, quiero
And that's always my
obligarlo
goal,
a
not
que
because it's
peleemos
Conceicao, but
y
because
tratar de
I always like to
noquearlo
fight like
todo
that.
el tiempo. Esa es mi
Sometimes
meta
it
siempre,
does
no
get
nada más porque
complicated in
sea
a fight,
Conceição,
but I always try
siempre
to do that.
peleo con eso y la verdad a veces se me complica mucho, pero trato de siempre hacerlo así.
A lot of fighters over here in the UK have you as a target. Do you feel that target on your back from the UK fighters? Are there any UK fighters that you wish to fight in the future?
Principalmente creo que no solo para ellos, hay muchos que han levantado la mano para pelear conmigo. Creo que eso está muy bien, habla bien de mí como peleador. Creo que el que
It's not
muchos
just
quieren
them. Many
enfrentarse
have raised hands, and I think that's
no está
raise
tan
hands to
agradable,
fight me,
pero es bonito
and that
sentir
speaks well of me
que
as a
estás
fighter.
compitiendo
When many
contra ellos,
people
¿no? Es
want to fight
bonito
you, that may not be nice, but it
es
feels
algo que me
good because it shows
motiva
that
y
you're
tratar de
competing with
ser
them,
mejor
and
todo
it
el tiempo.
motivates me to always do my best.
Sí, pues
Recently, I think, or soon,
recientemente
Joe
yo coordino
Cordina will
pelea el
fight this
sábado.
Saturday. He mentioned that he would like a
También creo que
unification fight.
ya
That
por
would be
ahí
perfect.
medio
That would
comentó
be
que quiere
great.
pelear
But also
conmigo, una
Leigh Wood,
unificación
who beat
estaría
Bronco Lara,
de
said he
super
wants to
lujo,
fight
sería
me and that he would go
perfectísimo
up in a
también.
division just to fight
Wood,
me. So those
que
are
le ganó
attractive
a
fights. Many
Bronco
UK
Lara,
fighters, I think,
también ya dijo
since
que
I
quiere
fought
pelear conmigo, que va a
Wilson,
subir exclusivamente
there's
a
been a
pelear
wave of
conmigo.
fighters, European
También
fighters,
suena
who have
una
raised their
pelea
hands, and
atractiva y
that
muy
sounds
buena.
good.
La
That's
verdad es
good, you know.
que
But
hay muy buenos
also,
peleadores en
the
Inglaterra.
only fight that would be,
Eh,
the only thing that
Creo
would be
que
potentially controversial is that
desde que
many of
peleé
them would
con
want me to
Wilson
go
para
to
acá a
England.
la
That's
fecha,
good. But
se ha venido
the
una
important
oleada de
part is the
peleadores
monetary side. That's
del
something the
continente
money is going to
europeo
help determine
que
whether those
han
fights get
levantado la
made.
mano para pelear conmigo y eso, te digo, eso para mí suena bastante bien y muy bueno. De repente, pues lo único que me genera un poco de controversia es que pues la mayoría de todos ellos quieren que yo vaya para Inglaterra y eso está bien, pero creo que la única parte importante y es como el lado monetario, ¿no? El dinero es lo que va a terminar por como ayudar a cumplir esas cosas, pues esas peleas.
Made.
I wanted to just start on Leigh Wood first of all. Leigh and Ben Davison, who is his trainer, have kind of stated that they feel that yourself and the style that you have stylistically poses for a good fight, but one that they feel Leigh Wood has the antidote for. Do you feel that's a fair assessment? Do you feel that maybe if they're somewhat downplaying how good you are, if they think that stylistically you're made for Leigh Wood as a fighter, for him to get a good victory over? Do you feel that they might be underestimating what you bring to the ring?
Ok, con Wood yo creo que, pues no sé, sería interesante verla, ver
I
cómo se
don't
da la
know. It
pelea,
would
¿no?
be
Si se llega
interesting. And
a
let's
hacer
see
una
if
pelea
that
con
fight
él,
with Leigh Wood could
sería
happen. It would be
interesante ver
interesting.
cómo
The
se da
only
la
thing is,
pelea.
when he fought
Lo
Bronco in that
único que
first
sí
fight,
es
he was
que,
knocked out. In that second fight,
pues
Leigh Wood won, and he
él,
looked a lot better.
ahora
It was a good
que
fight.
peleó con
But nothing is
Bronco,
written.
sabemos
And
que en la
sometimes
primera
the
pelea, pues
styles will
Bronco lo
mesh well.
noquea.
But a lot of times you can't
En
predict.
la
Sometimes
segunda,
it'll
pues
be
ya
one-sided. Sometimes it'll be
gana
difficult for
Wood
one fighter. And in
con
the fight, everything can change. There's going
diferencia.
to be
Creo
a lot of
que fue una buena
surprises. So
pelea.
we'll treat it like
Sin
a coin
embargo, pues
toss and
nada
see
está
what
escrito,
happens.
no podemos saber. A veces los estilos se ven que se acoplan, se ve que se puede llevar la pelea de un solo lado, se ve que va a ser difícil para alguien y cosas así, pero al momento la pelea todo cambia y hay muchas sorpresas. Entonces, pues vamos a dejar como si fuera una moneda al aire y esperar que se pueda brindar esa pelea también.
Happens.
Which fight is harder, Leigh Wood or Joe Cordina?
Ay, no sé, yo creo que el estilo se me hace como similar el de ellos. Creo que no hay mucha
I
diferencia
don't
entre
know. The
estilos,
styles are really similar.
hablando de estos
Their styles,
peleadores.
and I don't see a
Sin
lot of differences between
embargo,
them. But with
sabemos
Joe Cordina, he
que
knocked out that Japanese fighter with one punch, so it was a
Cordina
really
noqueó
impactful
al
knockout. So
japonés
I think Cordina hits
Wood.
harder, but I have no idea. It'll be interesting with Cordina and with Wood.
Un knockout
He's
impactante.
moving up
Creo
a
que
division. It might be good for him
tiene
to
más
wait a little bit to
pegada
acclimate to 130
Joe
pounds to
Cordina,
the new division,
pero no
and then
sé,
we'll
no sé, la
see
verdad
how
no
it
tengo
goes
ni
for him,
idea.
how he feels
Creo
after moving
que
up.
estaría interesante Cordina. Wood viene subiendo de división, creo que estaría igual bien esperar un poco que él se aclimate un poco en 130, en esta nueva división y ya después ver cómo le resulta pues el ascenso a esta nueva división.
Did you watch Osaki Foster versus Eduardo Hernandez, sorry.
Pues fue una buena pelea. Yo, la verdad, las tarjetas las llevábamos, hicimos aquí el tarjeteo con los amigos y llevábamos la
It's a
pelea
good
un
fight,
poco
With
más
we made our own scorecards here, and we
inclinada
thought
para
that
Foster.
Foster was a little bit
Me
ahead.
sorprendió cuando
And then
dieron
we
las
read the
tarjetas oficiales.
scorecards, and you can see how it was in
Es
Rocky's favor
justificable
because he went
porque Rocky
forward
fue
looking
todo
for
el
the fight. But after
tiempo
seeing the
tras de él
scorecards, I
buscando la
thought that in
pelea.
round 12 you should have recovered and just
Solo
win the round
que
by any means. But
no
it was a good
sé,
fight.
creo
And
que
Oshaki's a
tuvo que haber
great fighter. He's
fijado
excellent, and
en
he's
el
an
round
excellent
12
representative
recuperarse un poco y sacar
of the
el
division.
round como sea. Creo que eso le faltó para coronarse. Después de ver las tarjetas pensé eso. Y fue una pelea bastante buena. Creo que Shakur Foster es un gran campeón y es un excelente representante de su organismo. Creo que hizo muy buenas cosas también.
Someone who's in your targets as well and is also open to having a fight with yourself is Shakur Stevenson. You'll get the opportunity to watch him with your own eyes as well this weekend, up close and personal. Has a fight with Shakur ever been close? Does it feel like it's close now? Should you get the win at the weekend? And how do you feel that would go between you two?
Pues sí me gustaría intentarlo, ya lo expresé hace ya unos
Yes, I
días,
would
hace
like
algún
to. I've
tiempo
said it a few
también,
days ago. I've said
y
it a
creo
while ago. I
que,
think that we all know
pues
he's a
todos sabemos que
complicated
también
fighter.
es
He
un
does things that will make it difficult. But yeah, I'll be
hay
willing to
muchas
fight
cosas
him, and I would give everything in the ring to fight
que
him
hace que se
in
dificulte
a
una
fight
pelea
against
con él,
him. And
pero
you
sin
know, to beat Shakur
embargo,
would
al
be
menos
crazy,
yo
but
estaré
but
dispuesto
would
a
be
dar
difficult. But right
todo
now,
de
I'm
mí, pues,
focused on
para
the fighter I have in
conseguir
front of me.
ganarle a Shakur. Sería una locura ganarle a él, sin embargo, es complicado. Ahorita estoy enfocado pensando más en la pelea que tengo enfrente.
In front of me.
Last one then, 16th of November, Robson Conceicao. What happens in the ring?
No, pues vamos a tratar de salir adelante, no es algo que está escrito, es
We're
algo
gonna
que vamos a
try. We're gonna
trabajar
try our
para
best to
que se
win.
pueda
Nothing
resolver
is
bien.
written, so we're working
Sin
hard to
embargo,
win.
sabemos
We know that
el peligro que
Conceicao
refiere
represents a big danger. He's a very
Es un
difficult fighter.
peleador
We've talked about it
complicadísimo,
all
lo
the time.
estamos
So we're gonna
hablando
put
todo
our
el
heart
tiempo,
there in the
pero
ring,
vamos a
and we're
poner
gonna
el corazón
come
en
with
el
a
ring,
lot of
vamos
desire
a
to
salir con
defend my
todas las
title
ganas
successfully.
de ir a defender ese campeonato con mucho éxito.